In this video, I want to talk to you about bending forwards and the spine. Now, many of you will associate bending forwards, picking things up with back pain. Now, this has created a culture whereby many people are scared of bending forwards. Many people have been told by various people that bending forwards is going to damage your discs, it's going to create a slip in the discs, and it's going to cause pain. And it's simply not true. Now, every joint is designed to move in one of 6 directions. You can bend forwards, you can bend backwards, I can bend to the side, to the other side, I can rotate, and I can rotate. In every step of movement that I take, which takes around 0.6 seconds, every joint moves in every one of those 6 directions. And so you have to be able to access, and your brain needs to think that each of those movements is safe in order to move effectively. Now, if you're scared of bending or flexing that spine, what's that going to mean in terms of how you move? Well, it means you're going to be stuck in an extended position. You're not going to get the nice cycle of movement, which should be from this position to this position, to this position, to this position, every step that you take. The more you stay in that loaded position, certain structures are going to have to do more, and other structures are not going to do anything. And so it's going to create some degree of an imbalance, tension in more places, compression in others, and it's not ideal. So we need to stop being scared of bending. However, bending may cause pain. In many people with chronic pain, we've talked about how pain can be a learnt behaviour, and the movement may be associated with pain just because the brain has almost tagged that movement as a painful or perceived as threat movement, and therefore give pain as a result. And so we want to create the movement to be a little bit more trivial, a little bit more relaxed, and we want to try and break the pain cycle. So the thing to be aware of is there are 2 ways that you can bend. Now, many people end up, if I show you from a side position, bending as if they were going to do a deadlift movement, dropping, keeping the spine through neutral, bending the knees, and then lifting, which is perfect if you're lifting a heavy load. But we all know day to day, if you've got young kids or anything like that, you're just going to bend forwards, you're going to pick up some things, you may pick up some toys to put away, you're not going to be thinking, you're just going to bend and put stuff away. And that may cause pain. Now, the thing to be aware of is it may mean that for a short period of time, you have to be aware and maintain a more braced position and bend so that we can actually put things away in a nice position until the movement is disassociated with pain. And then we can go back to bending in a more without thinking about it, if you like. So that's number 1. What that means is that it could just be that when you bend forwards, you're down in that position, it's then a question of how do I get back up? And so what you may have to do is tense your abdominals and your glute muscles and push your feet into the floor without extending my back, but instead lift up using my legs. Instead of, it's a subtle thing, but if I was in this position, I could lift up using my back muscles and extend my back, if you like. But instead, what I can do from that position is instead push my hips forwards, and then I use my hips, and that causes a pivot for which my spine to move back up. Essentially, what we're trying to get at is, if you find the movement difficult, find a way to create it less painful. Play with it. It may mean that you have to brace through the abdomen or through the gluteal muscles in order to decrease the pain during that movement. Then use that as a technique for a period of maybe 1 to 3 weeks until it becomes normal. Then go back to just doing the movement without thinking about it, and it should be less painful. It should be less associated with pain. Hope that helps, and if you want any further information, just give us a shout.